Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Low Country Fishing. Today I want to do a quick review on a couple products that I've been using lately and am absolutely in love with. So let me flip the camera around and show you what I'm talking about. All right, so here's the two items that I have. On the left, this is the Big Jig Box by Gruv Fishing. And over here on the right, this is the Big Jig Launch Pad. As you guys may have seen already in my previous, one of my previous fishing videos, I have this box all lined out with all of my iStrike hooks and I'm absolutely in love with it. So if you're the type of person like myself that likes tackle organization or just organization in general, this Gruv Fishing brand has you covered. Now they make another type of box that holds your hard baits. I don't have a ton of hard baits, so I don't really feel the need to get the hard bait box unless they want to send me one where I can find a good deal on it. I'm not going to worry with it for right now. But these two items right here, I do want to go over in detail with you and show you just why I like these things. So let me grab this box here. This is exactly what you're going to get when you order it. You can order it from gruvfishing.com, or you can get these things through iStrike.com as well. Or sorry, iStrikeFishing.com as well. So here's the details of what it says it does on the back, what it guarantees. It'll hold up to 115 jig heads, stainless steel hinges. It holds up to 1 ounce jigs. I mean, you can absolutely load this thing down, pack it down with jigs, and I'll show you exactly how I do mine. I'll just push these aside and just do one item at a time. So here's the box. Here's exactly what you're going to get. It's a really nice quality plastic. It doesn't feel cheap or flimsy at all. It's got 3 little magnets. 1, 2, 3. These 3 magnets are what holds the lid down. To open it, you basically just scissor or pendulum the lid open like that. It pops open. Those 3 magnets is what holds the lid down. And when you open it up, this thing just absolutely makes me happy every time. I can't tell you guys how nice it is to not have my jig heads bounce around, get banged around, get scratched up. My hook points don't get dulled. The painted heads like on these Z-Man finesse hooks don't get damaged. None of that. It stays nice and keeps everything organized. And this, you guys, is actually my swim jig box. I use every hook here. I pair this up with either a 3 or 4 inch paddle tail or a 3 or 4 inch shrimp style imitation product. So this is exactly what I keep in my tackle box, ready to go at all times. But just to show you what I got, these are all my trout eye hooks up top here, different sizes. These are my Z-Man finesse bait hooks. This is all of my weedless assortment here. These is just offset worm hooks, non-weighted, and then you have all of the Texas eye hooks here by iStrike. These are the Z-Man SWS chin lock hooks. All of this down here are the redfish hooks, all different weights as well. And then this is for a lot more of my finesse stuff as well. These are just mushroom heads, or the Z-Man Ned Locks hooks. So this is exactly what I have. This is exactly all the hooks that I use to fish the way I fish. And I love it, you guys, because it's just one nice, neat little box like this. Now, just to show you the strength of these things, you flip your box upside down. Please excuse my messy garage in the back. And there you go. Nothing falls out. These things stay in place. The material underneath here, it's a really nice quality silicone. It holds your hooks and holds these things in place. Nothing moves or falls out. Everything stays nice, lined up, organized. I can't tell you how nice this product is. You just have to try it out for yourself. These things retail for about 30 bucks. So if you're interested in cleaning up your hook or your jig boxes, tackle boxes, and are tired of everything getting beat up, banged up, paint chipped, hooks dulled, etc., grab you one of these. Now let's talk real briefly about the Big Jig Launch Pad. So the launch pad is basically what you get inside of the Big Jig Box. So if you look, they're kind of almost the same size. They just basically fill this big jig box full of these things. These guys right here are about $8 retail, which again is super cheap once I show you how I use them and what they're intended to be used for. They have a nice 3M sticker on the back. You stick it to wherever and it is not going to go anywhere. So see there, you stick it to your boat, your kayak. And what this does is it keeps you from having to put used salty hooks back into your tackle box. So if you guys don't know already, or if you have not experienced it, if you take a salty hook, so say you're in the middle of a hook change, you'd realize I need to put a heavier weight jig head on because the current's flowing too high, let me do a hook swap. You swap out something heavier. Now what do you do with that jig head? You either throw it in a tray somewhere on your boat, throw it up in the dash, it gets pushed around, lost, or it hits the ground, you step on it later. Or worst case scenario, you decide to throw it back in your tackle box or in your tackle tray. Now, the next day, when you go to take a look at all your hooks and whatnot, everything starts to rust out. That rust spreads, it turns into cancer. Next thing you know, you've lost $100 or more in jig heads because you put that one hook back that had salt water on it. The launch pad has you guys covered. So let me show you how I use it on my boat. I basically just mount it right there. It's right up here by my steering wheel. You guys have probably seen it in some of the B-roll footage from my videos. But it holds how many ever hooks you want to put on here. So see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 slots. That'll hold 11 hooks. And I'm telling you, 11 hooks is packed and maxed out. I just keep them separated like that. So what I do is when I make a hook change, I just basically take a hook, push it into here, and move on with my life. And what this will also do too is this will allow you to stage just in case you need to make that heavier hook swap on the fly. Now I know a lot of you guys out there fish with multiple rods and you kind of have that covered, but sometimes you don't have that covered. You need to pick a heavier jig head or a lighter jig head. If you have these guys right up here, it's one less thing you have to dig for. You don't have to go digging through your tackle boxes. You don't have to go getting into storage compartments or nothing like that, dropping stuff, banging things around, clicking, scaring the fish away. These things right here keep everything on the fly ready to go. And I tell you, that's why I like it. Keeps my top water bait. I can keep this guy right here ready to go if I want to tie it on. These are trout eyes. This is a Texas eye. My two different weedless setups, redfish hook. This is exactly what I use when I fish. So I'm absolutely in love with that thing, and I'm absolutely in love with this thing. So you guys do yourself a favor, check these boxes out. I'm not sponsored by this company any at all. I just like the stuff that they make. It fits with my lifestyle of being organized out on the water. There's just something about it. You just feel good when you open this thing up and you're just staring at treasure and everything is nice and organized. Just something about it just really gets me. So anyways, you guys head on over to Gruv Fishing or iStrikeFishing.com and check these guys out.